Hi, the TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, mercy, kindness, and truth watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. Okay. And as I said truth, peep how kleptomaniac thief and in the reverse, compulsive liar, Oya came out over here. Okay, just peep that. All right, caught in 4K. Okay, basement energy, something with some social media, Scorpio vibes. It's gonna be costly with these kids. Something about a Monday evening or night, but we're going to confirm the actual timeline and date. Okay, what's going on here, Divine? What is happening? What is going on? Okay, so let's see. First and foremost, thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. I appreciate you, okay? I appreciate your compliance energetically so that I'm able to tap into your energy and offer advice, offer clarity, analysis, whatever I can on my part to make your life a little bit more efficient or more entertaining than I guess what it is already, because to me all of this seems like it is lucky for you for sure, because this is like TV. This is full on TV. So there's going to be some kind of holiday celebration, right? Where there are kids that are going to be in a bedroom, or kids that may be guests sleeping over. Kids are just a focal point of some kind of celebration, and it's a costly venture, most likely because there's a multitude of kids, and if there's so many kids, imagine the amount of adults that are attached to that. Okay, so it's going to be costly, and this is going to happen on an evening or night. But let's ask our creator. Hi, Divine. Can you show me no? Thank you. Show me yes. Thank you that we're on the right track, and then we need to double back. Thank you. Okay, please clear it. Okay, so we're talking about a holiday celebration, some kind of basement vibes. And what I mean by basement vibes, I mean like the celebration is taking place in like a basement room, or there's some kind of basement area where the real fun happens, okay? And the kids will most likely be in some kind of bedroom celebrating. They're probably watching a movie, entertaining each other, most likely on social media, maybe TikToks. They're following a very narrow guiding light, because either they traveled at night to get to this destination, or they just didn't have many other options to get things done, so they just used what was available to them, and the divine kind of pushed them in that direction just to make things a little bit more easy. I would say easier, but more easy, because if the divine is already sculpting your life, it's already easy. Fine-tuning it makes it even more easy, type of thing, okay? But the reason why these headlights are here is because there were signs of a mental entrapment. So whoever was hosting this event most likely kind of bit off more than they can chew, or thought that they bit off more than they can chew, when in actuality they had all of the proper resources to handle this without issues, okay? So now we see over here where there's like some kind of grassy area, and what I'm getting is like not really like a front, back, or side yard, but like an open field, like just an area where people, like maybe like a dog park, or like you know how like Liberty State Park has like that grassy area where you can have like barbecues and stuff like that, just like a grassy area. And maybe that's where this birthday party is taking place. So in order for the party to take place, and I said birthday party, awareness, I said birthday party, opposed to saying birthday or holiday celebration, noting that it could be a plethora of things, I innately went to birthday celebration. So this is most likely about that, okay? So there's going to be some kind of social media post that will encourage the host to navigate this party in a certain direction. That direction would be most likely in a grassy area. They would have to go shopping for this, but in order for them to receive the praise that they are intended for this birthday party, they may have to be a kleptomaniac. They may have to thieve a little bit, not thief, but just take. Okay, so the difference between, because they want me to, the divine and the other guides, because I'm getting Archangel Gabriel here, like heavy, like you need to distinguish the difference. You need to tell them what the difference is. And I'm like, okay, let me explain. So from what I'm gauging, a thief is someone who takes if they don't need it, okay, or when they don't need it. Okay, they just have the impulse to do something bad, so they do something bad. That's most likely a thief, okay? They see someone else is happy, they want to take that happiness, they don't have a rhyme or reason. Now, a kleptomaniac is someone that has maybe a compulsive disorder, and when that is the case, it's it's out of their control, okay? So they want me to note here that the shopping store, the host, or whoever is planning this celebration, them becoming a kleptomaniac is because they need to get the stuff for this party. The resources are not accommodating that, but the divine is telling them that you need to go against the grain and be a kleptomaniac here. You are being guided, and please do not comment here and be like, oh, TAKful Creator, she's telling us to do bad things. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm saying here the divine already told you to steal from the store, because that was your divine test. If you were going to listen to the divine despite your moral or ethical compass. Because realize Robin Hood stole from the rich and gave to the needy. Yes, he was a thief, and he could have been sentenced as a thief in the ethers, but the ethers saw that his efforts were noble. Okay, he may have had to do a little bit of dirt in order for all the blessings to flow to the intended parties that wouldn't be able to get those blessings if we didn't have someone like Robin Hood there to assist. Okay, because we need 3D soldiers as well as the 5D soldiers. Okay. So I'm not telling you to go out and steal and say God told you to do it, and it's not going to work. If God is instructing you, if the divine is instructing you to be a kleptomaniac, oftentimes you will be cloaked 100%. In the 5D, in the 3D, you are cloaked, which means you can walk into the store, walk out of the store, and it's as if nothing happened. It doesn't skip a beat. Okay? And for a situation universally to play out in that way, the divine will have to orchestrate it 150%. There's nothing you can do to manipulate that situation. I mean, down to the nerves. There's no nerves about it. Because the divine is orchestrating it. And if you do have nerves, it's because you're not trusting in the divine. You can tell the nerves of you stealing something because you're doing something wrong, and the nerves of you not listening to someone that you're supposed to listen to. Okay? This reading is specifically for those that have that discernment. Okay, the divine calls on you to act in situations where the impossible seems exactly what I said, impossible. But that's where miracles and blessings fall into place. How do we manufacture that in the 3D? Well, we have earthly angels to facilitate it. You are being an earthly angel to facilitate this birthday celebration happening, even though you may have to, have wandering fingers, or implement the 5-finger discount in certain regards. Okay, I'm not at all condoning it at all, 100%. Just know that if you are being a kleptomaniac for the divine is already inserting your personal karma so that you can balance off the scales. Okay, so either you've already dealt with someone stealing from you, confirmation, or someone is going to take something from you that, has to be taken from you. And this is your recompense. This is your reward. You're able to get the resources you need for this birthday celebration. Okay? Now, this is all going to be seen for the Scorpio. So I'm guessing that this is a Scorpio. Yes? Is this the sun sign? Yes. Okay, so we have a sun sign in Scorpio. You know what we can do, y'all? We can use our planetary cards. Okay, hold on. So we said our sun sign. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Make sure y'all hear me because I'm not technically on camera. Do-do-do. Where are you? Where are thou? Where art thou? You know what I mean. Chit-chat, chit-chat. Aha! Baguette. Okay, so we have our star card here. our sun card. So we know that this based on that alone, we know that this Scorpio is also a star. And what do we mean by our star? We mean that the Scorpio is also chosen. Okay, so we're going to put our chosen star sun here, and we're going to put it over in the grassy area, because you know what? That is where the sun best shines. Okay, in an open field, ready to soak up its nutrients. Okay, so then we have this Scorpio. Now, it's over here next to victim. So the Scorpio is a victim of something, and we haven't quite figured that out yet. It has something to do with this mental entrapment, maybe by a stalker. Confirmation. I don't know if you heard that honk in the background. Somebody was caught in 4K, and the social media post or your social media is giving you insight. Okay, so I've noticed that the algorithm pushes information based on your interest, based on the interest of people around you, and then based on the preferences, like the opinions of other people. So let's say someone in your life doesn't like the color green, and you wear the color green. You're going to see a lot of things on your feed about other people not liking the color green, and those people all wear sneakers, and you only have one friend that enjoys wearing sneakers. Now you know that exact friend who does not like the fact that you like to wear green. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Social media is going to let you know about how other people feel about things in regards to you. Okay, but you're going to have to understand who's really in your circle, who's not. Okay, so you have people that are around you, people that walk up to you, talk to you. You have people that are acquaintances, friends, family. But out of all of those groups, there's your soul tribe. You need to figure out who's a physical visitor to you, and then who's a part of your soul tribe. So maybe the camera always cutting off. So maybe to other people, your social media pushes one agenda, but other people feel like, there's a lot more to you. So what do? They seek out that certain agenda because they see the social media, right? They want to see, if you align with what society is saying aligns with you. Okay? Stuff that you're posting, the stuff that you're liking, the stuff that you're sharing. People are really looking into their scrying into your life. And by scrying into your life, they're in essence stealing your energy. What do you need to do? You need to have awareness of this. Okay? We're going to double back to the storyline of the holiday celebration, right? The birthday celebration. If you are contacting people on social media saying, hey, don't forget to RSVP, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to purchase these items, to prepare, don't forget. Like, if you're constantly on social media giving this information out so that things can be in accordance, and then you're asking for the maybe the financial backing to assist with it, but people are not offering it, you still have to get the birthday celebration done. So you're seeing your social media posts like, oh, this party's going to be trash, this party's not going to work out, this party is, not being funded, and you're seeing all of this about your party, but it's random people online. It has nothing to do with your party. It has everything to do with the people that are in your circle not wanting to help you, not wanting to assist you, wanting you to take the burden of it and then go out and enjoy it and the recompense of it, the reward from it, as if they did it. Okay? But that's not going to happen. This criminal crime of people stealing from you, in a sense being the thief instead of being a kleptomaniac. I understand as a host, me personally, whenever I did celebrations and events, asking people for the initial funding before they're able to see how things play out is so difficult. It's terrible. Okay? But the show must go on. Even if the resources are not there, you still have to get the necessary items. You just have to figure out how to move things around. And then once people see what's going on, get the money back. And then you're like, oh, the birthday celebration was great. You owe me, I think, $250 for your part. Like, when are you going to offer that money up? Like, you're constantly pushing. But it's because you're so high vibrational, people think that you can just handle it all on your own. They don't feel like you need the assistance. You have this I can do it all by myself type of vibe. And for Scorpios, kind of being more emotional, not wanting to toy with people's daily lives, but also wanting to offer like an olive branch. It's so difficult. It's extremely difficult, especially if you don't want that revenge type nature to develop. Okay, what do I mean by that when we're talking about this holiday celebration? Well, if you're a Scorpio, you're high vibrational, you know that there is an itinerary that was already made. You made it. Now other people are coming in and saying that, oh, things are not going to work and it's not going to do this and it's not going to do that. It's like you made this whole itinerary and you asked other people to be involved. No one wanted to be involved. You're giving the final product and people want to give you feedback when you didn't ask for it. Now you can say, well, you know what? Instead of incorporating your feedback, you're no longer invited to the celebration. That's where the revenge can come into play. Or, you know what? I purchased and did all of this myself, so I'm going to be the only one to take the rewards from this celebration. I said a birthday celebration, but I know a lot of people who have parties for their birthday where it's a charity, right? They're asking people for money to donate and it's for a good cause. So if that's this case, you know, like if the Scorpio's like, I'm walking into this situation, right? I'm basically doing all of this by myself. I'm funding it all by myself. I don't necessarily have the resources. I'm doing all this networking and everyone feels like I can do it myself. I'm already doing it myself. Then I'm not going to let anyone else receive any benefits from it. So that means that anyone who thought they were part of the planning committee, you are now a guest. So I'll see you at the time that the guests show up. No, you can't show up early. You don't get special seating. You don't get preferential treatment when it comes to the food, when it comes to like the gift bags. You don't get anything except what everybody else gets. Okay? Now, what if this is for a celebrity, right? There's no publicity that, you know, that's attached to you. There's no good karma that's attached to that. You know, there's no upgrade to your life. You are then just a party attendee. Okay? But the Scorpio is not going to push the envelope in that light because they're actually the victim and they don't want to seem like the perpetrator. Okay, that's the whole reason why, you know, this baby blue energy is happening in this garage or tool shed. It's a deja vu moment. It's awareness. They've seen this happen before. You know, people are jealous of maybe the way that their house can hold a certain number of people, or their house can grant access to a number of event types. Like, it's not just a birthday celebration. Like, we can have the zoo here, and you know, there's so much open space. We could have blow up jumpy houses and carnival. We can have the circus come in. Like, there's so many cool things to do because they have the land and the space, but maybe not the financial backing to get all of these resources to be on the lot. That's the whole point of incorporating the collective, but that's not happening. Okay? And there's some kind of pregnancy alert, but the pregnancy I'm getting more is not like a baby. It's not a baby. The pregnancy is the idea for this birthday celebration, the cultivation of this party. Again, it's not just a regular celebration. This is supposed to bring an influx of positivity in, whether that be financial resources for charitable organizations, whether that be networking opportunities for people in certain demographics or certain environments or certain business class. Like, whatever the case is, it's supposed to bring opportunity. It's not just a celebration for this one individual. Okay? But where there's a will, there's a way for people to try to mess it up. And I say try because where there's trying, there's failing. And that's what we see by this candle magic and the protection from it. Okay, this is Hummer status out here. They're not really worried about how they're going to appear. They're worried about alignment, making sure their investment is offering the proper retribution. And if they're putting all this time and energy in and they have to share it with other people, then no, their investment is not offering them the platitude, the success, the over the top like grandiose appreciation, maybe, that they're kind of like subconsciously wanting here. And maybe that's the reason why this is not going well, because the intention there is to be self-serving. Like if you're having a charity and you're networking and all this other stuff, it's great that you're doing all this for other people. But why are you doing this for other people? Because you want all of these people to be in one area to celebrate you. Okay? Maybe something about a mobile hotspot in August. So maybe the last time, you know, you had a celebration or you were celebrated, you felt appreciated, was in August. When there was like maybe like a tailgating party or something like that. I'm seeing, like, you know, there's a whole bunch of cars that people are mobile and you're in your car and you're having a good time, the serendipity and bliss. And that was like maybe the healing powers to whatever fake news of your gladiator status. Okay, so maybe you were moving up in levels, moving up in ranks, and there in August you felt like you were gladiator status, but then you were knocked down a peg, right? And you had to go back, kind of get some evidence to show other people that your fantasy, your dreamlike nature was actually in the 3D, wasn't just a figment of your imagination. And then as you're moving into this new light where this celebration is upcoming, you kind of have to be quiet and shush about all the stuff you shared at this other point, this gladiator status. You have to be quiet and shush about it because people try to take that gladiator status away from you. Now, because you were able to take the necessary things the divine told you to take, remain in this high vibration, spend the necessary energy, resources, finances in order to cultivate the idea that is not just yours. Again, the idea is shared with the divine, and it incorporates kids, which is also awesome and cool. But realize that the kids are probably what caught you in 4K broadcasting, you know, your distaste for something, like your upset or your aggression. Okay, and the music messages will let you know, the social media posts will let you know, and there's going to be a physical visitor that's going to let you in on what was actually said. Okay, so the little kids are going to let you know, like, oh, someone was crying, no one's going to know who it was. Okay, someone was doing this, no one's going to know who or why. And then you're going to get that one person that's going to walk up and say, it was this individual for this reason, XYZ. Before that physical visitor walks up, give it a break. Like, calm down your emotions or whatever, because if you don't calm down the emotions, the person that sees you is going to create a sticky situation for you that may end up in a crime. Why? Because you're already heated, you're already upset, you already did so much to have this celebration be what it is, and then here comes someone you already feel is shady, you already don't like, and they're acting as a savior when in actuality they're broadcasting your personal feelings that are very natural. But in a setting like this, people can't see that. Okay, the second they see that you're upset about something, that, you know, things are not going well, you're going to need a sense of grounding, but feel like you're like, in order for you to get to that sense of grounding, you're in a pitfall, and it's because of this tower moment. So it's either, you know, you're in this tower moment and you're in the clouds ramming to this pitfall, or you are awaiting this pitfall in a way that's tentative. What do I mean? You're tiptoeing around certain people, you're tiptoeing around certain areas, you're tiptoeing around certain topics, certain foods, certain etc., because you know how you are when you're around them, or how certain people are when they're around them, so that you're not really like running into a tower moment. Instead, you're kind of tiptoeing around, and maybe you can avoid the tower moment because you're in this super meta vibe of seeing the bigger picture, right? The bigger picture is the celebration needs to happen in the best way possible. Can't happen if we're all in our feelings. And if we're all in our feelings, that means that there's some kind of karma that is being given. Someone needs to learn a lesson. Someone needs to grow up. Someone needs to retune or refine. Or people need to learn to follow the divine. You could do everything right, but the divine didn't tell you to do that, so then technically you did it all wrong, right? The choice is really yours in this. It's based on how you maneuver in the situation. Are you going to move in a vengeful light? I don't see that here. You're not. But I do see you kind of moving in kind of like an intruder alert vibe. The host doesn't scream, "You're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to be here." The host very casually and gracefully says, "Oh, I can't accommodate you, but someone else can show you, where you can be accommodated." And maybe someone else shows them to a better area, someone shows them to a better location, or the security kicks them out. Like, whatever the case is, the host is very graceful and very free-flowing and stuff. The host is not manic when it comes to the celebration or the environment that they're in, okay? But someone there is going to be diseased, sick, or ill, or because they're diseased, sick, or ill, better days are coming, they won't show up. So that's going to be positive for you. You'll be able to move a little bit easier in this very regal light that is at the forefront, showing up, being very bubbly and kind of exotic, but not like foreign exotic. I mean like exotic, like you would look normal, but you have so many uniquenesses to you. That's what I mean, okay? So this there might be a musician at the party, someone, and the musician could also be a vocal musician. Doesn't have to deal with instruments, okay? So it could be a vocal musician, something about a hearing in court. What? Don't tell me that the musician had a hearing in court. Oh, the police might be. Oh, okay. So there might be a musician at this function, or a vocalist at this function that may have some warrants out for their arrest, or I'm seeing petty theft. Okay, so not only did the Scorpio have to be a kleptomaniac in order for this party to even commence, there was a musician or someone else at this function that was a thief. They stole something, and because they stole something, there's going to be some kind of hearing in court. They decided to flee the scene. The police were called, but I'm getting more like a private investigator. So maybe there were police on scene, so there were security detail there, or there was the police surveying the area and became aware of the information and decided to I guess talk to the individual, because I'm getting psychology students, so it's like the cops approach the musician and basically asked confirmation, "Are you this individual? We are alerted XYZ," and this musician decided to try to like talk their way out of it and be like, "Oh no, that's not me, that's not this, da 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 da," but like it's because they were in survival mode. The government authorities really weren't playing with it, like don't play with it, oh honey, don't play with it. Like that's kind of how the government authorities were coming at it. Like, and when I see chiropractor spa, I'm seeing more like they body this individual because they attempted to run away, okay? But this is an important notice for this individual who may want to be kind of in a Leo, like I'm too good for this, or whatever the case is. You may want to be a little bit more balanced with your Leo. Don't be too bold, don't be too vocal, because the more you are aggressive and agitative in the situation, the worse it could be for you, okay? So I don't want to say show up as a coward, where your like tail is in between your legs and you're kind of like listening to what your options are and taking the best mode. I'm really gauging that you should just keep your mouth shut as a Leo. Just don't say anything, okay? And while this is all happening, everyone else at the party is having like a honeymoon phase. Maybe this is a honeymoon, or this could be with someone who is going on a honeymoon, thinking about a honeymoon. Interesting. Divine. Oh, okay, so that's what it is. All of this was a divine test. It's all a divine test for a copycat energy. Okay, planting seeds, self-destruction, kleptomaniac. Okay, so it's a divine test. For the Scorpio, it's really to see, like, are you authentic? Are you the real person that you say that you are? Because there's other people really trying to move in your light and trying to shine like you are. And what they're doing is they're blaming you for how they're showing up. Instead of seeing that, you know, they're copying you. You're the authenticity in the situation. You're the genuinity. You're the actual victim. There's copycat energies taking from you, taking your energy, taking your source when you are not even moving in like an overly aggressive way. Like you're pretty docile. I'm getting like this burnt orange and the reverse. Like you really are cutting it with the games. You're like, this is your tone of voice. This is your facade. Like, you know, you may like to drink, but you're not a drinker. Okay, what I mean, like you get a drink from the bar and this is what you sip on all night. Like this is your casual nature at this party. Like people are making you out to be something you're not. There's a very, and I was going to say that repulsive energy that's surrounding this party, that where there's envy, this envious nature being thrown, because even when you don't have the resources, even when you don't have the energy, because people are sourcing it from you while you're putting on this entire function, this celebration on your own, it's like in the dead of winter, you're still the life. Like, it's a divine fated occurrence, especially because there's a caregiver of children who sent some kind of devil magic your way and it's returned. And I'm pretty sure that caregiver of children is the person that brought all the kids to your party and said, see, look, you didn't accommodate everything. And the Scorpio was able to think on their feet and still accommodate them, have all the kids in the room and make sure that there's enough games and resources and food and enjoyment for them. I'm not gauging that the Scorpio has kids of their own. Maybe they do have kids of their own and their kids are just not at the function so they can focus on hosting, but they made sure to accommodate all the guests that were at this celebration. Okay, so let's see, is there anything else we need here, Divine? Hi, Divine. Do we need anything else here? No. Oh, just to let y'all know, when I say hi, Divine, I let them know. If you just tell me yes, that means you're here. You tell me, you know, it's a hi back, okay? I even tried to like, and I say try because it didn't go very far of figuring out a whole alphabet so that I can not only gauge movements of yes and no and maybe and all this other stuff, but they can tell me words and it kind of, you know, it just be really cool. If you got to this point in the video, like, coming out with some really cool stuff. Don't worry, I'm gonna share it with people eventually, and when the divine instructs me to do so. Of course. Is there anything else we need to know here? No, but we're on the right track. There's something we're not seeing. Okay, what aren't we seeing? House. So something about a house. I'm getting 5, 5th house. 5th house, Leo. Leo, Saturn. So this Leo, there's a Leo here that it's a karmic. And you would know this karmic, that's what we have this karmic card. We would know this karmic by their sun sign matching with their Saturn. Okay, so their Saturn and Sun, if I'm correct, their Saturn and Sun are both Leo, and something is in the 5th house for them. Okay, 5. Oh, the Sun. Okay, so the Scorpio and Leo both have a 5th house in an identical sign. Confirmation. They both have the 5th house in an identical sign. This karmic individual over here that's really pushing, you know, gonna ruin this party, has a Sun and Saturn in Leo. And the host of this event, the chosen one here that is doing the divine work, is the Scorpio. Okay, and that's most likely their sun sign. Do they have any other signs in Scorpio? Not that we know of. Okay, They could show up as a Scorpio too. I'm not only getting, it's either they have a sun sign in Scorpio or they have no signs in Scorpio at all. And they show up in the light of a Scorpio because they've mastered themselves enough to be eternally balanced with all astrological signs. Okay, so Scorpio is something that they're balancing, most likely of why it's in the upright. Okay, so on that note, is there anything else we need to know here? No? Okay, you just needed to know who to keep your eyes on. All right, so I wish you all the best. I'll see you soon. Until the next.